Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Health360, your one-stop destination for all news, health, wellness and fitness. On the show this week, what's on top of our minds is air pollution. Everyone is talking about the perils of it and whether allowing green crackers was a great move or not. We analyze the impact beyond your lungs, your eyes, your heart, and also a link to the rising cases of cancer seen in the younger population. Also on the show, the perils of long commute. Driving for long hours is causing problems as far as your bone health is concerned. Also, a very special conversation with Jwala Gupta, ace badminton star who also is acing it outside the field. She's been donating her breast milk and shining the light on this important issue. All that and much more lined up right ahead for you. I'm Sneha Mordani. This is Health360. How would you describe the chatter around air pollution? Well, I'd say it's cacophony. It's frustrating to say the least. Year after year, the same conversation around who's to be blamed, what could have been done right, and then we forget all about it. Well, the fact of the matter is that the problems associated with air pollution do not go away even if the visible air in front of us is presumably clean. In the sense that if you can't get the stench of air pollution, if you can't get the stink and don't see the smog, doesn't mean the problem associated with air pollution have vanished magically. That doesn't happen. The long-term impact of air pollution is very serious and it impacts not just our lungs. The impact is way deeper. It affects way too many organs. It in fact has an impact on our fertility, on our heart health as well. Our eyes, for example, need protection, special care in these months of pollution. Smog affects our eyes in ways you can't even imagine. Remember, the first thing to get affected when you step out, when there is extreme pollution, is your eyes. They start to water. That's a response of your organ to in fact deal with the situation in which they feel they're going to get harmed. So what do you do to protect your eyes? Here's more. Our eyes, our window to the world, overwhelm and pollution levels soar. Polluted air is full of harmful particles like dust, smoke and chemicals. These tiny particles irritate the eyes, leading to redness and a constant urge to rub them. A 2021 AIMS Delhi study found a 30% rise in dry eye cases during peak pollution months. Data from the WHO suggests air pollution-related eye irritation affects millions annually in urban Asia.
When the air is polluted with a lot of these PM 2.5 particles, they go and touch on the tear film and the eyes. And if there is dryness, then the eyes start to have a burning sensation, some irritation, foreign body sensation. Sometimes even redness can come and reflex watering from the eyes can happen.
Pollution lowers the natural defenses of your eyes.
Our eyes are protected by the eyelids, which we can see outside as the skin, and then by the tear film, which is a three-layered film which is covering the corneas of the eyes, whether it is in the form of severe dry eye or some kind of a scarring of the eyelid, or if some foreign object gets into the eye and this barrier breaks, then infections and irritations in the eye can happen.
Prolonged contact with polluted air may lead to more serious problems like corneal damage or even cataracts over time. Air pollution reduces tear film stability, increasing evaporation. Urban residents, especially those exposed to heavy traffic zones, report higher prevalence of dry eyes.
When you're within closed confined areas, overall, because of the conditioned and controlled environments like air conditioning or sometimes even air purifiers, there is a decreased humidity, and that causes dryness. Because of the higher pollution that is there in the atmosphere, because of the increased amount of dust that is there in the atmosphere, a lot of construction activity that is going on, all this is also irritating the eye surface.
So how does one protect the eyes?
Try to stay more indoors, particularly on very heavily polluted days. Use purifiers inside to reduce the amount of suspended particulate matter. Drink more water, remain hydrated. You can even wash your eyes or face once a day with clean, cool water. If you're somebody who's going to be in the open, riding maybe a two-wheeler, then you must wear some protective glasses so that there's no direct contact that the eye has with the dry and polluted environmental air.
Research after research indicates that air pollution is impacting your heart adversely. It's shooting up your blood pressure. It's leading to inflammation. And that perhaps is the reason why just so many people are developing heart disease. Yes, Monk. Well, it's that time of the year again. Your eyes will hurt if it isn't hurting already. You will be switching on air purifiers if you haven't already, and you'll not be able to breathe. Delhi, like many cities in the country, have started to see the air quality index dip, which means air pollution is worsening. However, if you think the Delhi's dirty air impacts just your lungs, think again. Studies have established that it is your heart that takes a beating.
All the PM particles less than 2.5 or 2.5 to 10, along with carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, are direct injurious to the inner lining of the blood vessels, causing injuries to the blood vessels. As a result, the blood clots sit on them, the fat particles sit on them, resulting in blockages, resulting in a thin cap blockage or a thick cap blockage. Younger patients will have a thin cap blockage, a 30% blockage. Elderly patient will have a stable, thick cap blockage.
Doctors have said air pollution causes blockage of blood flow in arteries and veins that causes hypertension, increasing the risk of heart disease because harmful ultraviolet rays absorb vitamin D from the sun, and the lack of vitamin D increases the risk of heart disease. High levels of air pollution can cause blood clots in the heart and heart blockages. And there are long-term impacts.
There is stasis of blood, stagnation of blood. The clots can go to the brain, cause a brain stroke or a heart stroke or a kidney infarction. Any ejection fraction or heart functioning less than 35%, the risk of sudden cardiac death is as bad as an end-stage cancer disease. Because of high adrenergic drive, decreased nitric oxide levels, the blood vessels become thick, your requirement of blood pressure medicine goes up, your sugar levels go haywire. So these are all long-term effects of pollution which we have to circumvent in one way or the other.
Who are the most vulnerable then?
Who are the vulnerable population for pollution? Number one, it could be smokers. Even a non-smoker is smoking up to 50 cigarettes a day thanks to the pollution. Who are high blood pressure patients who are more prone. People with pre-existing heart disease are more prone for pollution. People with uncontrolled diabetes. People with uncontrolled obesity. Your BMI is more than 23. You are more prone for pollution. Many children and pregnant ladies and even elderly ladies whose immunity is low are more vulnerable for pollution.
Here's what's advised.
Avoid going out if the AQI is high. Always, if you have to go out, use an N95 mask. Always help make sure that you're vaccinated against pneumococcal vaccine, a flu vaccine, depending upon your age category. If you are having features of heart failure, fluids needs to be restricted, salt needs to be restricted. There's weekly monitoring of urine output has to be followed. A weekly monitoring of your weight has to be followed. Weight should not be gained because then you're regaining excess water that time. You should know your 4 numbers well: pulse, blood pressure, fasting blood sugar and walking distance, plus your saturation levels.
A lot of questions are now being asked on why younger people are developing cancer. It's a disease in which your cells degenerate, usually seen in the older population. But younger people are developing cancer now and it's becoming very, very frequent. Air pollution has a deep link with the growing instances of cancer in India and outside. Here's more. Living in Delhi is equivalent to smoking 30 cigarettes a day. And what happens when you actually smoke 30 cigarettes a day? Cancer. That is exactly the fallout of blanket, a thick smoke laden with PM 2.5 and PM 10 that you and I are breathing. Pollution is quietly fueling a new wave of cancers.
Bad air means anything when we say AQI is 200, 300, or 400, which we see in our metro cities like Delhi. So there are so many carcinogens in that air. There are micro particles like PM 2.5, PM 10. They are such a small and microscopic particles that when we inhale bad air, so they go inside our lungs and through our lung blood vessels, they go actually in our blood cells, blood streams. And these particulates, they cause direct DNA damage of the healthy cells.
Cancer has long been associated with lifestyle factors such as tobacco use, diet, and genetics. A quieter, more insidious driver of India's rising cancer burden is pollution, both outdoor and indoor.
If you are living in metro cities with bad air, your lifespan reduces by 7 to 8 years. Bad air, polluted cities, the lifespan is reducing by around 8 9 years because people are having so many lung problems, allergy conditions, cancer, which is reducing their lifespan. So one side we say we have very good hospitals, and another side we have a polluted environment where we are forced to live. So fresh air is non-negotiable. It is the need of healthy life.
A 2022 study by the World Health Organization says that air pollution is responsible for 29% of all lung cancer deaths globally.
Sometimes we use incense candles. Sometimes we use mosquito coils and various sprays for fragrance. So these all chemicals, when they circulate inside your house, they are very harmful. You are continuously exposed to those bad chemicals, and especially children, especially women who are involved in the household work and in the kitchens. We should use chimneys in our kitchen. We should have a proper ventilated house, and if we can opt, we should use good quality of air purifiers.
And badminton star Jwala Gupta is acing it, but this time the game is a little different. Well, she has been contributing to a very noble cause and shining the light on a very important health issue, that of the importance of breast milk for a newborn baby. We all know that breast milk is amrit for young babies, for young children. Jwala has recently welcomed her child and has been donating her breast milk to a government hospital. I'm going to welcome here on the broadcast. Thank you so much for speaking to India today. Many congratulations on the birth
Thank
of
you.
your child and
Thank you.
also on Jwala, this very noble cause. Talk to us about why do you think it was important for you to, donate your breast milk? I mean, what came to your mind really?
Actually, I didn't know much about it. Within a week of my delivery, I kind of realized that I was having an oversupply, and
Okay,
my baby couldn't drink the whole thing, and there was a
right.
lot of surplus left. And then the doctor I was going to, and my own doctor, Dr. Manjula, and my pediatrician, Dr. Vignita, they kind of guided me. They said that, I can donate. And then they told me like how there's a shortage of breast milk, and young mothers are not able to have sufficient. There are many reasons why there was insufficient breast milk, but they told me that the government hospitals especially needed a lot of this particular donation, because a lot of mothers come, they're not eating well, they're malnutrition, and and then they have this premature deliveries.
Right.
So mostly they need it, and that's why I decided why not. There's a lot of I think lot of taboos. I think around us. I think we need to break all of that, and we live in a society, and we should be there for each other if we can. I think it doesn't cost us much.
It doesn't. It doesn't. You know, it's surplus at the end of the day. How much milk, Jwala, have you donated as of now?
As if now I have donated about 50 liters.
What should the message really from the government, from the administration be to a lot of women like you? Like you said, you were very happy to do it. You know, you didn't think much of it. You didn't think it was a big deal. And you said that, many people aren't doing it and there has to be more awareness. So what kind of work should be done on that front by administration, by government, by hospital, by doctors to make women aware that this is a privilege really?
I think we have too many problems in our society, whether it comes to, you know, how to say it. I think we need to be open about it. We have a lot of religion issue. We have a lot of caste issue. There are a I've heard the reasons like why should we share our milk? एक वो है तो दूसरा एक है कि हम दूसरों का मिल्क क्यों लें. That is another issue, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
And then are the caste matching? That is another issue, I believe.
Oh,
And
okay.
mainly now because of we are living in a very visual world. A lot of women are scared to breastfeed because they think that their breast will look a certain way after breastfeeding, or so there are a lot of issues. I think we need to talk about it. I mean, it's quite silly. We need to break all these taboos. We need to break all these myths. We need to be aware that we live in a society, we all need each other, irrespective of our caste or religion or our stature in the society. I think it's very important to be spreading this awareness, which we are not doing enough. I think we're not doing enough.
All right. A little bit of an effort, but it goes a long, long way, doesn't it, Jwala? I'm going
100%.
to, yes, absolutely. I'm going to thank you, really, first of all, for this noble cause, and secondly, for speaking to India today. It's so nice
Thank
to
you.
have you on the show. Chaotic traffic, long hours of commute. Is that something that you have to deal with every single day? Bumpy roads, jerks that your knees ache in pain, and also your backs cry out for help. 2, 3, 4 hours of driving across the city, crisscrossing states on a daily basis? Well, if that is you, then you need to watch this report on what it is going to be doing, or already perhaps is doing, to your bone health and to your postures. Yes, more.
Traveling to Greater Noida, out of 12 hours in a day, I was driving 8 hours.
39-year-old Gaurav has a desk job and ends up sitting for most of the time he's in office. But when Gaurav is not in office, he's doing something which is far worse.
Sometime I go out station like Baddi in Himachal. So again, the minimum time travel for me to reach from office to client is around 1.5 hours approximately, and then from client either to back to office or back to home. So my in total 4 to 5 hours of traveling by car is pretty normal. So one day I've calculated it when I was traveling to Greater Noida. Out of 12 hours in a day, I was driving 8 hours.
Gaurav is among lakhs of commuters who are reporting extreme posture problems along with other complications like stiff backs, strained hamstrings, spasms, stiffness and pain in the tailbone.
So with driving, because of the traffic jams, you have to use your clutch quite often. So my knee is swelled and have big amount of pain over there. Also, I have a backache. It's very worse actually. My sitting posture has been changed, and the current scenario here is if I am lie down on the floor, not able to get up without a help because of the tailbone pain.
Traffic which we see in national capital nowadays, this is getting really intense. They are always on the move, they are concentrating hard on the road because anyone can pop out from anywhere. So their neck muscles around, they are always very stiff. Then the stop start action puts enormous stress on the knees and the hips. Because they are sitting in a crouched position for long, their back is not supported well. When they get up, they feel pain in their back.
A study says 83.8% of auto rickshaw drivers displaying this postural abnormality, a lumbar spinal posture deviation, attributing it to long rides and extended periods of sitting. This is in fact a common sight in cities. Imagine navigating through traffic like this and what it does to your bone health.
If you imagine yourself sitting in a car seat, your legs can't move, your hips can't move. So the only part which can move is back. So a movement which should be happening in more than two parts is actually happening only at one part, which is the spine. So spine by its curve is compensating for all those movements, which leads to pressure, enormous load on this part.
Patients like Gaurav, who have now normalized their backache, know of the risk involved in driving for hours together and of sitting, which is the new smoking, but are helpless in the face of the demands of life.
With my health condition, it's not normal, but again, I have to maintain that quality of life. So I have to pay the EMI of the car, EMI of the house. So obviously I have to go. So this is something जो हो गया अंदर से सेटअप हो गया कि नहीं यार जाना पड़ेगा, तो जाना पड़ रहा है और जाना पड़ेगा में डिफरेंस होता है. सो जो जाना पड़ेगा वाला भी ऑप्शन है मेरे पास, तो जाना पड़ेगा, दर्द है तो है, बट यू हैव टू कीप ऑन वर्किंग. द नीड ऑफ द आवर इज दैट आई नीड टू upgrade the car, so I went for the automatic version so that my left knee gets some relief.
These small injuries may seem minor at first, but they add up, leading to posture problems, spinal misalignment, and balance issues. Traffic and sedentary lifestyle may take a toll on your spine health. There are certain changes that you can make which can help make a big difference. But doctors say it does not have to be like that and that there is solution in sight. Plus simple changes in lifestyle.
Right, so a couple of mistakes that most people make, and I've also been doing it for a while now. Now, given that I'm 5'2", I tend to pull the chair really forward as much as this. Remember that it's going to affect your knees in a very, very bad way. What experts really suggest is that pull it backwards, just good enough to give your knees enough space, ample space, and also you should be comfortably able to reach the pedal in this fashion. Also, the other mistake a lot of people make is that they don't keep their backs inclined with the seat. You have to make that adjustment as well. Now, what happens is that when you do this, you tend to strain not just your neck but also your back. Remember, it's not a straight road that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a road which has got bumps as well. It's going to have the sharpest impact on your neck and lead to perennial neck pain and back pain that most people are actually dealing with right now. So adjust the seat in such a way that you're extremely comfortable and your knees have ample space. You're also reaching the pedal comfortably. Your elbows inclined, the steering also comfortable, and you are comfortably placed on your seat vis-a-vis your back. This is something that you must be doing. Another thing that doctors advise is that if you know that the journey is long, tend to take some breaks at least. Try doing that. What you can do is that you can step out and stretch whenever you get an opportunity, and that actually is going to go a long way in relaxing you in a long journey. Well, that brings us to the end of this edition of Health360. We hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we did, putting it together for you. Do not forget to log on to indiatoday.in for all of these stories going up on our website. You can download the app as well as social media platforms. Always carry them. It's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Our hashtag is Health360, Health360 Plus. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching. Take very good care of yourself. Bye for now.